We're live from New Delhi, watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Buzz. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Coming up in the next half an hour. Mega auction of Indian Premier League set to take place on November 24th and 25th in Saudi Arabia. More than 1,500 players will go under the hammer. Arjun Erigaisi triumphs over compatriot Vidit Gujarati in over 5 hours of end-to-end action in opening round of Chennai Chess Grandmasters. In soccer, Ruben Amorim signed off in style to leave Sporting with remarkable 4-1 victory over Man City. Amorim starts his campaign with Manchester United next week. And on to the details now. The Indian Premier League 2025 mega auction is going to be held on November 24th and 25th in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. The event, scheduled at the Abadi Al Johar Arena, marks the second consecutive year the auction has moved overseas following Dubai's hosting in 2024. A total of 1,165 Indian and 409 overseas have signed up for the mega auction. The list includes 320 capped players, 1,224 uncapped players and 30 players from associate nations. An official IPL release confirmed. Indian ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Dr. Suhail Azaz Khan, welcomed the development, describing it as a historic first for Saudi-India relations. Also, Ambassador added that hosting the auction in Jeddah would not only showcase Saudi Arabia's emergence as a global sports and entertainment destination, but also boost cricket's development within the kingdom. Well, before we move forward, here's a report on retention of players by all franchises ahead of IPL's mega auction. Take a look.
The stage is set for a high-profile mega auction in the end of November after all the 10 IPL franchisees released the list of their retained players on Thursday. Delhi Capitals officially ended their 9-year association with swashbuckling keeper batter Rishabh Pant, while picking Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Tristan Stubbs and Abhishek Porel. Mumbai Indians have retained all 5 of their star players, including Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah and NT Tilak Verma, and has also decided to keep Hardik Pandya as the captain. Chennai Super Kings has decided to retain MS Dhoni as uncapped player and also keep hold of captain Rituraj Gaikwad and Ravindra Jadeja, Mathisa Pathirana and Shivam Dubey. 2024 champions Kolkata Knight Riders decided to keep hold of Sunil Narine, Andre Russell, Rinku Singh, Varun Chakravarti, Harshit Rana and Ramandeep Singh. Sunrisers Hyderabad decided to retain their star-studded core of Henrich Klaasen, Pat Cummins, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma and Nitish Kumar Reddy. Royal Challengers Bangalore decided to retain Virat Kohli, with Rajat Patidar being brought back. RCB also retained Yash Dayal for 5 crore Indian rupees. Gujarat Titans have placed T20 bowler Rashid Khan, white ball vice captain Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Rahul Tewatia and Shah Rukh Khan in their retention list. Lucknow Super Giants have placed a hefty bet on Nicholas Puran for retaining him. LSG also retained Ravi Vishnoi, Mayank Yadav, Mohsin Khan and Ayush Badoni. Rajasthan Royals have embraced a new line-up focus, retaining the homegrown talent like Sanju Samson, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, Dhruv Jurel, Simran Hetmyer and Sandeep Sharma.
And for more on this, we are joined by DD India correspondent Narayan Singh. Well, Narayan, IPL 2025 mega auction is to be held, as we know, on the November 24th and 25th. How are the franchisers going to spend their money on the players this time?
Good evening, Lipakshi. Talk about the mega auction. It's the most important part of the IPL, considering the fact that it is where the franchisees decides the fate of their team, and half of the battle is won on the auction table if they manages to just bring suitable players and a better combination for their team. Definitely, it's a win-win situation for them. If a bit of mistake is done at the auction table, definitely they have to pay for that throughout the season. Last time we saw the RCB was just struggling in the initial parts of the Indian Premier League, and because they didn't bought the right players at the auction table. Because if you win, if you just bring the right combination and right players to the team, right proper number of openers as well as in the midfield, and the right combination of the bowlers. Definitely, it's a big thing for them if they can do a better at the table. Talking about the how franchisees are going to do at the mega auction in Jeddah, Punjab Kings have the maximum purse. Their remaining purse is around 110 crore. The total purse is of 120, and the maximum number of players, those any team who retains their players, definitely they have to pay for them. The highest bid for the retainees, for the first retainee, the price is 18 crore. Then for the second, it is 14, and for the third, it is 11. And again, when they want to have another player, his price again goes to the 18 crore. So Punjab has just retained the two players only. Now their purse is of 110 crore. After that, many teams like Rajasthan Royal and other teams like KKR, they don't have any right to match card because they have retained all their players. So maximum number of franchisees have retained the core team. The way Mumbai Indians went for the Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, Suryakumar Yadav, and same as the Chennai Super King went for the Ravindra Jadeja, and they also retained MS Dhoni as an uncapped player. So all in all, the franchisees always decides to go for the core combination, the players who have been with the franchisees for the very long time. The way RCB has again retained Virat Kohli, he is the brand for the RCB franchisees. So all in all, we can say that it's going to be an interesting thing, not only for the franchisees and the players, but for the fans who are eagerly waiting for this mega auction. And we know that the kind of imagination it catches, the imagination of the fans, definitely it's going to be a big event.
Right, Narayan, you told us about the mega auction. Tell us, how is this auction different than the earlier ones, considering there is also a mini auction lined up?
If you talk about the mega auctions and mini auctions, it actually in mini auction, there is a certain number of players are allowed to be there, because already when the franchisee want to improve their squad, to strengthen their squad, they are missing the few players. Then after every year there is a mini auction for the player. But the mega auctions happens after a long gap, when all the players, apart from the players they are retained by the franchisees, goes to the mega pool. So this time around it's the mega auction, and only this time around, previously there were 5 players who were allowed to retain, but this time the BCCI has allowed to retain the 6 players, 5 capped players. It doesn't matter whether they are international or the Indian players, and 1 uncapped player. So this is the chance for the players to improve their stakes, to improve their stocks by their performance in the international cricket, and hoping that this mega auction will help the franchisee to strengthen their squad, because many players like Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul, as well as the captain of the KKR, Sreyash Iyer is also on the pool, as they were not retained by their franchisees. So it's going to be important how the other franchisee break the bank for these mega stars.
Right, you took the name of Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul. The fate of them are not still very clear. What can you tell us about them? Will they be inducted?
Definitely, they have been registered in the, we know that is in the list of the player who will be there. Around 1,574 players have been registered for there, and the Ben Stokes of the England hasn't been registered because of some injury or the other issues. But here we know that Rishabh Pant is a big player. The kind of innings, the kind of performance he delivered in the recent past for the country, and even for the his franchisee, previous franchisee, Delhi Daredevils, Delhi Capitals. So we can say that it's going to be all the franchisee will go over him to buy him because he is a big commodity, and definitely as the reports are coming, it is believed that he's going to shatter the previous record of Mitchell Stark when he was bought for 25.50 crores by the KKR. So we are hoping that all the franchisee will go for Rishabh Pant. Especially the reports are coming that the KKR, especially the Chennai Super Kings, want Rishabh Pant according to the reports in their squad, because
Right.
MS Dhoni, the mentor of the team, is also towards the fag end of his career. So definitely all the franchisee will go for him.
Right, Narayan. Thank you so much for sharing those details with us. And moving on, India will host Australia and England while embarking on an expanded schedule of test matches across the globe, as announced in the International Cricket Council's Women's Future Tours programme for the 2025-2029 cycle. This period will see India host other top teams and play away series against countries like New Zealand, West Indies, Ireland and South Africa, marking a new chapter in competitive opportunities for women's cricket. Aside from Australia and England, two of the sport's heavyweights, India will welcome Bangladesh and Zimbabwe at home. Zimbabwe's inclusion reflects the ICC Women's Championship's expanded structure, allowing more nations to compete at the highest level. Well, International Cricket Council also released the latest women's ODI player rankings on Tuesday. Women's skipper Harmanpreet Kaur rose to the 9th place after her power performance in the final game of home series against New Zealand. Vice-captain Smriti Mandhana remained in 4th place after the 2-1 series win against the White Ferns. Mandhana's century pushed her rating points up to 728, but she still remains behind Chamari Atapattu, Laura Wolvart and Nat Siva-Brandt in the order. Deepti Sharma too attained a career best rating of 703 to retain the 2nd spot in the bowlers ranking behind Sophie Esselstone. India has placed 3rd in the ICC Women's Championship standings after the series win over New Zealand with 25 points, while New Zealand is 6th. And Josh Inglis will step in as captain for Australia's 3rd one-day international against Pakistan and the subsequent T20 series. He's been chosen over senior players such as Glenn Maxwell, Adam Zampa and Marcus Stoinis to lead the side in the absence of regular captain. Pat Cummins, the ODI skipper, will be rested for the final one-day in Perth, along with Test regulars Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood, Marnus Labuschagne and Steve Smith. And David Warner has been appointed as captain of the Sydney Thunder following Cricket Australia's decision to lift his leadership ban. Warner faced a 12-month playing ban and leadership restriction due to the 2018 ball tampering incident. He will now lead the Thunder in the season's Big Bash League beginning on December 15th. Trent Copeland, Thunder's general manager, highlighted the significance of Warner's return. And still to come in DD India Sports Buzz. Arsenal skipper Martin Odegaard returns to full training after 2 months. And Novak Djokovic pulls out of season-ending ATP finals due to an injury.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
This week on Defense Dynamics, we will talk about the most recent events in the Middle East as the United States sends additional forces in response to the escalation of conflict between Iran and Israel. We will talk about B-52 bombers and tell you how they could impact upon the ongoing Israel-Iran tensions. and also how the United States military presence is altering the region's security dynamics. We will showcase India's latest success story of self-reliance in defense technology, creating international buzz, the wheeled armored personnel carriers. Watch Defense Dynamics every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. IST only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, and moving on. Incoming Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim delivered a memorable farewell in his final home game for Sporting, leading them to a remarkable 4-1 victory over Manchester City. City's star striker Erling Haaland missed a penalty while Victor Gyökeres stole the show with a hat-trick. City initially led with Phil Foden's early goal, but Gyökeres equalised in the 38th minute and added 2 penalties in the second half. Sporting's Maximiliano Araujo also scored moments after half-time. The win, hailed by Sporting fans as one of Amorim's finest, capped a 7-game winning streak, adding a special farewell to his reign. And as Sporting were outplayed for the opening 35 minutes by City, but Amorim's side showed great resolve, flair and intelligence to hit back from a goal down to sweep to victory. In the post-match press conference, Sporting coach said that it is a moment to be remembered for the rest of his life.
It is a moment I will remember for the rest of my life. I still can't say it well today, but I think we all deserved this kind of moment. And I will say it again, it was written on the wall that it had to turn out like this. It was an important moment at the Al Walid. It wasn't my best Al Walid moment. My best moment was when we lost 5-1 to Manchester City and everyone clapped at the end. This is much more memorable than winning. Because when you win, everyone claps, and so it was a memorable moment I will take with me for the rest of my life.
Well, Amorim signed off in style to leave Sporting and will begin his Manchester United reign next week after agreeing to become Erik ten Hag's replacement from November 11, said that the approach will have to be different.
When I'm at the next club, the approach will have to be completely different. So you don't take all that much with you. We have to go about it completely differently. Obviously, I can better understand the team dynamics up close, if that is possible. Because there are a lot of variations, but you don't take too much from here. By that I mean the clashes are different. Not much is taken from here because we will have to play differently in the future. It won't be the same because both are historic clubs who fight for the same things. It will certainly be a different game.
São clubes históricos.
Well, Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti expressed concern after his team's 3-1 home loss to AC Milan, marking their second consecutive home defeat in the Champions League. Vinicius Junior's penalty briefly levelled the score after Malik Thiaw's opener, but goals from Alvaro Morata and Tijani Reinders sealed Milan's win. Madrid now trail Barcelona by 9 points in La Liga. Ancelotti admitted the team needs to improve and work on organisation. Milan came into the match with just 1 win from 3 Champions League games. Manager Paulo Fonseca commended his players for their courageous performance, stating they definitely deserved to win. And Dusan Vlahovic's second-half penalty led Juventus to a 1-1 draw against a resilient Lille in the Champions League. Jonathan David had put Lille ahead in the 27th minute with a composed chip over Juve's Michel Di Gregorio. The equaliser came after Francisco Conciaco was fouled in the box, allowing Vlahovic to score from the spot. Juventus dominated the final half hour but couldn't find the second goal. The result keeps Juventus in 10th place in the league phase table with both sides on 7 points. On the other hand, Lille extended its impressive 3-game European unbeaten streak. And Malik Tillman helped PSV Eindhoven secure a commanding 4-1 win over 10-man Girona in the Champions League. Tillman assisted the opening goal with a long throw that reached Ryan Flamengo, who volleyed in past Girona's Paula Gazzaniga. Tillman then extended PSV's lead, beating Gazzaniga with a low shot at the near post. Girona's troubles increased when Arnau Martinez received a second yellow card early in the second half, reducing them to 10 players. Johan Bakayoko added PSV's third, while an own goal by Olivier Boscagli gave Girona their only goal. This is PSV's biggest win in the Champions League since 1992, propels them to 5 points and moves them above Girona. And Xabi Alonso's emotional return to Anfield ended in disappointment as Liverpool defeated Bayer Leverkusen 4-0 with Luis Diaz scoring a hat-trick. Alonso, cherished by Liverpool fans for his 2005 Champions League triumph, had been a rumoured successor to Jurgen Klopp before choosing to remain in Germany. After a slow first half, Liverpool surged in the second with Diaz opening the scoring at 61 minutes, followed by a Cody Gakpo goal confirmed by VAR. Diaz scored 2 more goals to secure his first Liverpool hat-trick. This win keeps Liverpool at the top of the Champions League standings with 12 points from 4 matches. And Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard has returned to full training after 2 months on the sidelines due to an ankle injury, the Premier League club said on Tuesday. The 25-year-old midfielder had injured his ankle during the second half of Norway's 2-1 win over Austria in the Nations League in September. Now he has returned to training as Arsenal prepares for Wednesday's Champions League game at Inter Milan. Even though Odegaard missed a handful of games over the last 3 seasons, the club said that he was taking the latest step towards a first-team return. Currently, Arsenal sit 9th in the Champions League standings after 3 games, while Inter Milan are 7th, also on 7 points. And Nicholas Kuhn shined as Celtic staged an impressive comeback to defeat RB Leipzig in their 3rd consecutive Champions League win at Celtic Park. Despite Leipzig taking the lead through Christoph Borgmartner's header, Celtic broke their long-standing streak. Celtic had previously lost 27 of 28 games. Kuhn, who already had 17 goal contributions in 15 games, equalised with a stunning shot off the post. Just before half-time, he added another from close range after a miss-hit from Daizen Maeda. Celtic's momentum continued into the second half with Rio Hatate sealing a memorable 3-1 victory. And Arjun Erigaisi beat compatriot Vidit Gujarati after 5 hours of end-to-end action in the opening round of the Chennai Chess Grandmasters in Chennai on Tuesday. Taking the command with white pieces, Vidit launched his onslaught with the King's Pawn opening before Arjun countered with a French variation of the Sicilian defense and come out on top after just over 5 hours of play. 29th ranked Aravind Chidambaram faced Amin Tabatabai on board 1 and managed to secure a hard-fought draw against the Iranian Grandmaster. On board 4, the USA's Levon Aronian, who is the tournament's 2nd highest ranked player, also drew his match with Serbia's Alexis Sarana. Maxim Vachier-Lagrave also triumphed over Parham Meksudlu, propelling himself to the top of the Masters leaderboard. In Challengers category, which aim to provide emerging Indian talent the chance, Ronak Sadhwani, Leon Mendonca, V. Pranav and Abhimanyu Puranik are new emerging names in the chess. And Novak Djokovic has pulled out of the season-ending ATP finals due to an injury. The 37-year-old Serbian also withdrew from the Paris Masters, which was won by world number 2 Alexander Zverev. Djokovic won his first Olympic gold medal at the Paris Games in August and clinched last year's ATP Finals title by defeating twice major winner Jannik Sinner in the final. Sinner, Zverev, 4-time Grand Slam winner Carlos Alcaraz, former US Open champion Daniil Medvedev and Taylor Fritz have booked their spots at the ATP Finals, which will be held from November 10th to 17th in Turin, Italy. And Kukugov secured a spot in the semi-finals at the WTA final with a straight-set win over defending champion Iga Swiatek. The 20-year-old American triumphed 6-3, 6-4, joining Aryna Sabalenka in the last 4 in Riyadh. With this result, Sabalenka is confirmed as the year-end world number 1 as Swiatek can no longer surpass her in the rankings. Meanwhile, Jessica Pegula has been eliminated following her 6-3, 6-3 loss to Krejcikova, joining Elena Rybakina on the sidelines. Swiatek will now need to defeat Pegula in a final group match to advance. And Bianca Andreescu will not be part of Billie Joe King Cup title as the former US Open champion has withdrawn from the event. Andreescu, who has battled injuries throughout the season, returned to action for the first time since the 2024 US Open when she played 2 October events in Japan, including a run to the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 event in Tokyo. Tennis Canada said that while Andreescu's recent results are a step in the right direction, rest and recovery are crucial in order for the 2019 US Open winner to return to the circuit in top form. And 4 times Tour de France champion Chris Froome says he dreams of competing in the world's greatest cycling race once more before calling time on his glittering career. The British rider, who will be 40 next year, has 1 year left on his contract with the Israel Premier Tech team. Froome has won a total of 7 Grand Tours in his long career, but after suffering serious injuries in a horrific high-speed crash during training, he struggled to get back to anywhere near his best form. Kenyan-born Froome also expressed his doubts to compete at next year's Road World Championships in Rwanda, a first for Africa. Froome was once the king of the peloton, but now the landscape is now dominated by Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard, who have shared out the last 5 editions of the Tour de France between them. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lepakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching Sports Buzz.